Okay, so this is the campaign that we're going to be working on for the next few weeks. The first one is going to be Armored Fury, and it's a linked campaign. And so Dan will be the Germans, and the Germans are going to be counterattacking on to D-Day. This is where he's going to try to push me uh, off of the beaches. And so Armored Fury is going to be the German attempt to divide the beaches and drive to the shore to split the beaches up. It's technically supposed to be between Juno and let's see, go Juno and Sword Beach, I believe. And but I'm playing Americans, and so we're just going to say this is a general counterattack by the Germans into the Americans to try to spoil the D-Day. Now this is the scenario of Armored Fury. You can see the attacker starts on one side. The defender puts two markers there, two objectives. The attacker is going to put an objective near the middle of the board off to one side, and I will pick which long side that will be. And then he'll put one on the opposite end, which will be undefended. So basically, I have to get from the deployment area to try to defend the other objective that he places. We both will be getting reserves. He'll be getting immediate reserves coming in behind him, whereas I'll be getting delayed scattered reserves, which are terrible. They could be coming in the far corners or by my deployment area, and that is one of the problems that we had in the previous time that we played in Armored Fury, and that if you don't get at least a platoon there to cover that other objective, then he can just race down the opposite side and take that objective. So I'm going to be working to try to keep that objective covered so that when he tries to come and get it, I'll have something there to at least slow him down and give me a chance to get some reinforcements in. So here's what I'm going to bring to try to stop Dan from running up the side. And my strategy, well, let me get to what I have first, and then I'll go through my strategy. Um, I'm going to bring my veteran armored rifle company. The reason why I want to bring them is because I want it to be hard for him to hit them. Um, and I like the fact that they are fully armed and capable of handling infantry, tanks. They're very, very tough defensively. Also, they have the half tracks, and I got some 57 millimeter guns to go along with them. In and the um, the 57 millimeter guns are going to be with the first platoon to hold the close objective in my deployment zone. That's why they don't have half tracks. So they're going to be there with one platoon and the HQ while the other platoon runs to the far objective and secures it. And also have my priests back there to provide artillery support and my P-47s to either shoot any infantry that comes out of their foxholes, comes after me, or really go after any tanks and try to bust some tanks as they come in. In reserve, I have my Sherman platoons. That comes out to exactly 42 points, which is the reserves. And so I've got regular Shermans, four of them, and then my 76s are veteran. So, and of course a lucky card. So I wanted to keep the platoons short and sweet, and probably bring in the veterans first to deal with any tanks in case he brings Panthers or Tigers, and then Shermans just to add to that to give numbers to try to knock out any smaller tanks. Um, so it's a well-balanced force. It's a good response. I think it's probably one of the best forces you can bring to Armored Fury as a defender. I know I'm going to be the defender, so I'm going to secure the two objectives with my armored rifle, and I've got plenty of firepower to back them up. and then my offensive firepower will come in from reserve. And if he tries to hang out and doesn't come after me, then I've got some offensive firepower to go back at him. So that's my strategy for this week against Dan's force, and we'll see how it all works out. I'm not sure what he's bringing. He saw what I was able to do with German tanks, so he could be bringing stuff. Um, I would think that he had great success with um, the light tanks of the Soviets on Armored Fury. So I'm kind of expecting he's going to do that again, which is why I got to get those bazookas from the armored rifle to that second one, so that he can't do that and really force him to come after the close one, and just assault that. And we'll see what happens. So we'll see on Friday night fights, to see how the first installment of this D-Day link campaign goes. We had a lot of fun on the first time, and we're going to see just what happens on this one. Just to get back to the D-Day battles, the link campaign, you get advantage if you do well in one battle, you get an advantage in the next one. But really, it's not until the final battle. And if our history is, says something about us, is that I tend to win a lot of the battles, but somehow Dan wins the war. So that last battle, that's the one that always, um, makes or breaks the campaign. You could be losing, 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 get all these disadvantages, but then pull it out in the last one. And Dan has a nasty knack of doing that. So we'll see what happens with this scenario and with this campaign. So um, yeah, just have fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it.